Welcome to Accounting 252 at Kapiolani Community College. This video tells you how to do the self-check certification that's required for you to earn points for any of the textbook's do activities. Once you've gotten into Chapter 2, you'll be creating documents and entering in transactions to QuickBooks Online. Almost all of these transactions will eventually end up in the ledgers for your companies and will show up in your company's trial balance. Let's take a look at how to quickly and efficiently show that you've done most of your work correctly. To do that, you'll use QuickBooks Online and Excel together to create a self-check certification. First, get the self-check certification Excel file for the chapter you're working on from La Lima, Resources, Help Files, QB Self-Check Cert. To do this, it's best to have Excel installed on your own computer. You just have to look for the chapter you're working on and download it to your local machine. Since you don't know at this time what name you're going to give the file, it's best to just open it in Excel. If you don't know how to use Excel at all, try looking for videos on YouTube and at places like lynda.com. lynda.com. By the way, KCC has an entire class on Excel for accounting. It's Accounting 255. After you've opened the Excel self-check certification file, enable editing so that you can work with it to some degree, and then open your company file in QuickBooks. In QuickBooks, go to Reports, All Reports, Accountant Reports, and get your trial balance. Be sure to set the date range to match the date range you've actually worked on. In the case of Chapter 2, we only need a trial balance for January 1st through January 1st of 2016. That's 010116. And run the report. Once the trial balance is displayed properly, click the Export button and pick the flavor of Excel that you have and are running. For example, I would run XLSX. In the self-check certification file, there are some areas that are protected to keep you from damaging the amounts in the solution trial balance or in the formulas. I'll tell you in Part 2 video how to unprotect it if that's necessary for you. Next, you want to copy the trial balance from the new Excel file that QuickBooks just created and paste it into the unprotected area of the Excel self-check certification file. I have a few files here I'm using for example purposes, so I'll copy mine from here. And then paste it into self-check certification. Okay, so everything's great. Save your Excel file under the appropriate name. Notice how all of the differences columns say OK all the way down. That means there are no errors in my trial balance as exported to the self-check certification. Now you can save your self-check certification file under the file naming convention that's shown on the instructions in the QB self-check certification page. That's in La Lima under Lessons, QB Unit 1, and the link says QB self-check certification. Remember now, you're supposed to assign one kind of file name if your trial balance is wrong and another kind of file name if your trial balance is correct. Be sure to watch the self-check certification Part 2 video if your trial balance was wrong. Finally, you want to upload your saved file to the La Lima Dropbox into the folder created for this chapter. In that folder, is in the Dropbox, and it's called QB Chapter 2 Problem. All you do is click Add, Upload Files, and look for the file that you have, select it, and upload it. Don't forget to also upload your zip files of saved PDF documents that are specified in the transmittal at the very end of the chapter. Remember, these are actually PDF files of documents and reports your textbook has told you to print. If you missed the idea about PDF files, go back and look at Lessons QB Unit 1 for Chapter 2. Now, in the event the amounts on your trial balance are wrong, be sure to continue on and watch the Self-Check Certification Part 2 video. For anyone who doesn't have Excel, you can pause this video and read this next paragraph if you'd like to either get Excel for your own computer or use Google Sheets instead. Thanks for listening.